Well, we are in the middle of May in 2022, and this time we are not in the mountains, but we are somewhere quite special. Dry Island, Buffalo Jump, Provincial Park. And as you can see, this is not the type of terrain that we normally hang out in the mountains, but it's definitely Badlands. And it's following the Red Deer River, and the whole length of the Red Deer River in this area anyway, from drumheller north, has all been carved down, and the ecosystem that's in here is quite unique. As you can see behind me here, there's a ravine, and there's certain spots where it goes up and it comes back down, little hills throughout. But there's one little spot, the whole thing is surrounded by a ridge, because the dry island is home to an important grassland environment. Native prairie grassland sits atop of this dry island. It's a mesa, or isolated hill, located to the north of here, as you can see. Ancient streams sculpted large ravines around the landmass, leaving a grass-topped island in the wake. The streams are now gone, but the large, uncultivated and ungrazed piece of grassland in the park still remains. Preserving native grasslands like these is important. The plants and animals that live here are sensitive to human activity, and nearly 70% of the Alberta species at risks are found in this grassland region. The Dry Island Buffalo Jump Provincial Park is just one small part of the larger Canadian Badlands, a striking geological feature carved 13,000 years ago by glacial meltwaters. These coulées, canyons, and cliffs continue to change with the wind and the rain, but they would always astound. There are many ways to explore this unique landscape. You can paddle the Red Deer River, you can hike among the hills. So that's what we're doing today. There's way more to explore here that we can do in a day, but we're gonna give you guys the best shot we can at showing you everything that there is to see at Dry Island Buffalo Jump Provincial Park. Very Badlands and very badass view all the way around. There's all these little tiny lumps and clumps of clay. The only thing I have to be careful about is cactuses, because they're kind of all over the place. but all the way around, you got a 360 view of these Badlands, and it seems like it goes on forever. I'm with a large group today. It's quite nice to be hiking with other people for the first time in a long time, actually. This is the view, Dry Island. We've been hiking in these Badlands here for, well, about 4 hours now. Actually, no, for 4.5 kilometers and about 2.5 hours. And it just seems to be endless, beautiful landscapes. Beautiful because it's dead almost. It's very surreal how there's not a whole lot of vegetation, and where there is kind of on the top where there's a little bit of dirt and all these slopes and slants all over the place. It's quite a neat experience. And then as you can see behind me here, you'll see large areas where it's just kind of like flat, like a little plateau. And then all of a sudden you'll just walk into an area like what's in front of me here, and you're right inside like a little canyon. It's one after another after another. I mean, you start out on the side of the Red Deer River. So from there, it's just all the way up and flat and up and flat and up and flat, all the way up to the top of the flat portion of it. But we're kind of far away because we're kind of in the middle of this river valley. And this spot here is quite neat because there's little hoodoos, baby hoodoos. It's almost like baby Yodas. And they're a little bit all over the place here. There's no real big hoodoos like you would find maybe in drumheller area, but you'll definitely find some sort of hoodoos here if you're in the Badlands of Alberta, for sure. Big ones or small ones. Either way, you don't even need to be in Alberta's Badlands to find hoodoos. There's some near Emerson Lakes, which is in between Edson and Hinton, where they were created by wind erosion. And then there's actually some at Abraham Lake in David Thompson country, where there's also some more hoodoos right in the middle of Hoodoo Creek. So you can find them all over the place, not necessarily in the Badlands. So another plateau here. This is very neat. So now let's head back with the group and keep on hiking, guys. for 4 hours in these Badlands, and we've done just over 6 kilometers up and over all of these gorgeous little hills and cliffs, and there's a lot of places where the erosion has dug like big holes where the water kind of creaks in. So some places you have to be careful at the bottom of canyons where your feet are, because you can actually get hurt if you step in them and not realize that some of these holes might be, you know, several feet deep. And all we gotta do is crisscross back through all of these Badlands back to our vehicle. We're done the hike for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video of the Dry Island Buffalo Jump Provincial Park here in Alberta. I'm Eric Tremblay, and these are my adventures. Peace out.